What's good, Jetsetters? Shout out to the legend Missy Elliott for staying loyal to her friends and making history in the process. I'm reading this article out of Yahoo News. It say Missy Elliott reflects on taking a chance and telling her label she couldn't do her album without Timbaland and Magoo. We already know the rest is history, right? Timbaland and Magoo, they ended up making great records. We know Timbaland's career, oh my goodness. He got so many number ones, so many plaques. Who can count, right? And him and Swiss is doing verses. His verses just has taken over hip hop, right? Verses is like the biggest thing in hip hop. So all this was made possible by Missy Elliott staying loyal to her friends. So shout out again to the legend Missy Elliott. She had this to say: "Always been a leader. When I got signed, I fought for my brothers, Timbaland and Magoo. I took a chance and told the label I can't do an album without them. So they flew them up and they got signed and the world witnessed their greatness. And the rest is herstory." Not history, y'all. Herstory. I want to make sure y'all got that right. Man, shout out to Missy Elliott again. A lot of people would have switched their whole swag up once the label got to them. How many people we know switch their whole swag up once the label get to them or once the bag come in? I mean, people are really not loyal these days. I mean, people over time, people ain't been loyal, but especially these days, we live in a clout generation, right? Everything is about the clout. Everything is about the finesse and the scam. People not really looking out for each other like that no more. So when you see people really looking out for their team, the people that really held them down, you got to hold those people in high regards and give them their flowers early, because there's a lot of people who ain't like that right now. And I really want to give her props, because back in those days, late 90s, early 2000s, to have the courage, the key word here is courage, man. She had the courage to tell the label, no, I'm not doing this without my fam. I'm not doing this without Timbaland and Magoo. Whew. Back then, that was hard to do because you ain't have the internet. You didn't have social media. You couldn't really get it on your own like that. Only a few people back then got it on their own, like a Master P. Who else? Jay-Z before he got signed. Him and Dame was getting on their own before they got signed. So a lot of people back then wasn't really able to get things going on their own. So to have that courage to say, I'm bringing my people with me, the people I started with, the people that helped make me, I'm bringing them along, man, that is loyalty to the 10th degree, seriously. And I'm sure Missy didn't do this in the hopes that these guys are going to make history one day. She did this out of loyalty to her fam, to the people, she came up with. And look at God. Seriously, look at God. Look what God has done. Because she made such a good move from her heart, just being loyal. I'm looking up how many records Timbaland has sold. Listen to this, y'all. Get this. Timbaland has sold 32 million copies. Let me say that again. Timbaland has sold 32 million copies. If Missy Elliott doesn't make that move, if Missy Elliott doesn't make that decision, we're missing a huge part of history. We don't have verses. We don't have none of this stuff. A lot of artists' career wouldn't be made. I mean, we wouldn't have Genuine, none of that stuff. So seriously, bravo again to Missy Elliott. And it just shows y'all, like all my independent artists out there, don't switch up on your people, especially today. We got the internet. We got social media. You can get it on your own. You don't need a label. You don't need a pub company. Build your leverage up. Then if you do want to sign, you can sign and get the best deal possible. And you can do like Missy did and say, listen, I'm going to sign this deal, but I need X, Y, and Z. I need this taken out. I need perpetuity taken out. Ain't no way you give me a 360 deal. I'm keeping the vast majority of my money. And guess what? Oh yeah, my crew come with me. My producers, my engineer, everybody I started off with, they come with me. And guess what the label going to say? Guess what the pub company going to say? I bet. Anything you need, anything else we can help you with, because you built that leverage, right? You got hot on your own. You can get hot on your own way easier today than back then. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, oh my goodness. They had no other way. We got so many different avenues. We got the metaverse, NFTs. I mean, they're building new platforms as we speak. They got new social media platforms on the way. Who knows what else they got coming for us? So again, don't switch up on the fam. Don't be disloyal, because that's bad karma. That's another thing y'all need to avoid in this business. It's bad karma. I believe in that. Seriously, you do not want bad karma in this business, because if you're known as somebody that's disloyal to the people you started with, a lot of people ain't going to rock with you. And I mean, could you imagine Missy Elliott, Timbaland, and Magoo today in their prime? With all the social media and stuff we got now and TikTok, oh my goodness. I mean, people are creative today. Don't get me wrong. I ain't coming for nobody. It's a lot of creative people. But ain't too many people as creative as the artists in the 90s, especially Missy Elliott. Are you kidding me? Go back and look at some of those old Missy Elliott videos. Oh my goodness. Ain't too many people doing videos like that today. Ain't too many people as original as that today. So we need to take advantage of these opportunities, because honestly, we ain't competing against artists like Missy Elliott today. A lot of us would lose. I'm just keeping it a buck, because if artists like Missy Elliott had the tools we got today, I'm talking about, you have billions, they would have billions and billions of streams. Because back then, I remember back then in the late 90s, early 2000s, I remember how big Missy Elliott was. Not just as an artist and producer, but also as a songwriter. A lot of y'all sleep on Missy Elliott as a songwriter. Y'all got to really look at her discography, man. She got #1 records. I mean, top 10, Hot 100 records. Y'all really need to do y'all research on Missy for real. Now, this is what Missy had to say about her initial record deal. She says, "I was afraid. I love being in a group because the pressure isn't on one person. It probably don't seem like that, but I'm super shy. Once I was no longer in the group, instead of being an artist, I wanted a record label." Now she also says, "By that time I had done some prominent features, and Sylvia Rhone said, 'We'll give you a label if you give us an album.' So when I went to Tim and said, 'Let's hurry up and do this album so they can give me my label,' and we finished in 2 weeks. Perfect. So it was a win-win for Missy. In the end, that situation worked out perfectly for her. Being in a group helped her with her confidence as an artist. At least that's what I'm getting from this. Being in that group initially really helped her out. And her ultimate goal was to own a label. So they said, hey, if you become an artist and you give us an album, we'll give you your label. And that's exactly what happened. She put out a great album and her label did really well. So again, it's good karma. And as independent artists, we can do the same thing. It's not just meant for signed artists to focus on good business. No, as independent artists, we also need to do similar business just like this. Treat everyone around you with respect and do the right thing business-wise. Don't always be in a rush to get the bag and do unethical business practices. And another observation I got from this is the strength of collaboration. Missy Elliott knew there was power in numbers, even back then. And that is especially true today for us as independent artists. Collaboration is key. When you collaborate with others, not only do you bring your ideas to the table, but you get their fresh ideas as well. I'm sure there were plenty of times in the studio where Missy wanted a fresh idea or a fresh concept for something, and Timbaland or Magoo helped her out, and vice versa. And this is why they were able to make so many hits over the years. Collaboration. When you collaborate today on social media, you have the power to take both people's audiences, I should say, and combine them. Their audience gets some of your subscribers or your followers, and your audience gets some of their subscribers or followers, right? And it boosts both of y'all prestige out here. So again, collaboration is key. Don't sleep on collaboration at all. And remember, I'm on Fiverr.com and I'm writing hooks, verses, and full song. We could collaborate as well. I can write full songs for you. Whatever you need, I got you. The link to my custom service will be down below in my description and in my bio as well. And as far as content goes, I got the link to the service that has helped my channel grow to over 22,000 subscribers in less than a year, y'all. I'm over 5K on Instagram, almost to 5K on TikTok, over 2,200 on Facebook Reels. That's right. I've gotten all this done using this one service, and the name of this service is vidIQ. That's right, vidIQ, y'all. They will help you get your titles right, your tax right, all your SEO stuff, they got you. The link to vidIQ will be down below in my description and in my bio as well. Make sure y'all like this video to help with the engagement. What YouTube does is they look at all the likes and the comments and they see, okay, this video has a lot of engagement, and they'll push it out to more people. So if you're a true supporter, if you're a true jet setter, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All right, peace.